Good morning, you guys. This is Rafael Eledge from Relics.com. I appreciate you taking time to watch these videos. Today, we're going to talk about a really interesting gun. It is the Warner Cavalry Carbine from the Civil War. They were made in 1864, made two places. They were made by the Massachusetts Arms Company in Springfield, Mass. And then there were also a variation of them that were made by the Green Rifle Company. This is one that was made by Green for Warner. James Warner was in Springfield, Mass. He actually developed several interesting guns. He did this carbine. He did several little small handguns. Interesting guy. If you get a chance, you ought to read up on him. Take more time than the little bit I'll get to talk with you today. The first time that I heard of a Warner carbine, I was a teenager. We were metal detecting a spot in North Alabama where Wilson's Cavalry camped in the spring of 1864. Gravelly Springs, Alabama. A little place about this big, but it's one of the prettiest places on God's earth. But we would metal detect there, and you found back then you would find quite a bit of the casings for the metallic cartridge for a Spencer rifle. But when you were finding those Spencers, every so often you would find a Warner cartridge. Looks like a shrunk down Spencer cartridge. This is what a Warner cartridge looks like, and it's just a smaller size because these guns had a 50 caliber bore size. When they were out there, the 50 caliber, a little bit smaller. These were actually, some of these were bored out later for the 50 Spencer. So, but that was a treat when you would get to find one of those Warner cartridges. I think I found the casing for one. I was there when a couple others got found. I never got lucky enough to find a whole one. But it was kind of cool because I heard of it and I never knew what the carbine looked like. At that time, I didn't know what a Spencer carbine looked like. But these are much, much more scarce to find than a Spencer carbine. These were made 1864. He made the first contract. The first 200 were completely unmarked. They're very distinguishable because of the iron frame or the brass frame, where most of them are iron. That brass really gives it a pretty tone, whether it's bright or whether it's got this thick honey color like we've got on this one like this. They are kind of interesting. When they cock back, they open up just like that to reveal the where you put the cartridge in. It snaps back over and it's got a little latch on it. On the back side, you have the sling swivel, just a simple small sling swivel. And it's kind of neat underneath. They have, on the underside of it, it has the extractor. And that's for popping that metallic cartridge out, because if it got stuck in there and you're in battle, you're screwed. You had to have that to be able to operate the gun correctly. Really pretty two-piece walnut wood stock, brass butt plate, iron barrel band, 20-inch barrel firing that 50 caliber metallic rimfire cartridge. This is one of the ones that was made by Green. Green made 2,500 of them for Warner. There were some of them that were issued. They went to the 3rd Mass and the 1st Wisconsin Cavalry. They were delivered between February and March 1865. So that didn't leave them a lot of time to get actually in the field and get used. What happened to them after the war? It's a good question. They were bought by a retailer in New York as surplus. A lot of the pieces that we get to collect today were sold as surplus because they were still in the original crates, ready to go. A lot of these ended up actually getting sent to France to be used in the Franco-Prussian War. So one gun can have a lot of histories. This one is one of the later ones. It couldn't be one of the guns that were lost at Gravelly Springs when I was metal detecting when I was young, had hair and no beer gut. So this one, really pretty. I've actually got 2 of them on the website right now. If you get a chance, go check them out. They're beautiful guns. You don't get a chance to get them often. It's the only time I've ever had 2 at once. So go on there. I hope you guys are well. This is the first day of December. During the holidays is a wonderful time to get to be with family and things, but it's also one of the times where there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of addiction, and I had a very dear friend that lost her daughter, or her daughter lost her battle with addiction last week, and it's really affected me because I lost my wife to addiction. My first wife, blessed to have Catherine now, but it's something that addiction doesn't care whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're white, whether you're black. It doesn't care, and it can happen to anybody, rich, poor, and it's something. So I say this: if you are struggling with addiction, or if you have somebody that is close to you, or somebody that you even just basically know that is struggling with addiction, there is nothing at all the matter with asking for help. The thing that's the matter is that people don't ask for help, and sometimes help doesn't work. We went through the rehab and the trying and the meetings, and it just sometimes doesn't take. But I can damn sure tell you, if you don't try, it will not take. So please reach out. If you are struggling today, this is an addiction number, and even if it's just somebody to talk to for a little bit, remember that there are people out there that care, that want good things for you, that, man, I wouldn't wish. It's bad enough to lose your life, but the scars that the loss of someone to addiction or suicide, you'll never get over. And no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do. So don't do that to somebody else. If you're hanging on just for a reason, remember, those people that care about you will never get over that. I love you guys. Remember that people are out there that care. Take a second to say hello to somebody. And if you know somebody that needs a little help, always be that hand to help somebody up. I love you guys, and I'll catch you next time. If you enjoyed that little bit of history, you are going to love what you're going to find on the Shiloh Relics YouTube channel. Be sure to check them out. If you enjoy them, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, guys.